And hopefully we should be good to go. I've got to delete that one. Certainly. No. Create new world. Okay, that's receiving. And that's green. And I've just got to do this. World options, those two on. Oh, we should be... come on. Yep, we're live now. Okay then. I don't quite have the energy today. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Minecraft. I want a bit of a change of pace. I've been doing quite a lot of Half-Life 2 on streams, and I've been actually playing a lot of Fallout 4 today. But anyway, I've been doing a fair amount of work, a couple of days on this, which is, well, we'll get into it and then I'll sort of talk about it a little bit more. Well, I'll start talking about it now. Actually, so it's a mod pack built in predominantly in Curse. I've been doing a load of config stuff just recently to try and make sure that the right ores spawn. I don't know if I got all of them yet. I think I have. So it should be spawning immersive engineering ores, industrial craft ores, and nuclear craft ores. I think I got all of them, because the problem is that when somebody creates a mod, they have to then make sure that all the ores that are going to be used in that mod spawn with that mod, which basically means that if you've got a large enough mod pack, you've got so many different ore types that are all creating their own different types of metal. It gets a little bit over the top, I guess. So yeah, gonna do some Minecraft on this. It's basically just me testing some stuff. I'm gonna say testing, I'm basically just playing it. I'll be using some commands probably to skip over some night scenes. Beds don't work, basically. I made beds not work. Yes, this is right. So the inspiration from this came from a guy on Steam. I'll say a guy on Steam. He was a sort of a fellow admin on a server, and is that not spawning? Was it? No, that's just not. Nothing's dropping when I break those. Okay, interesting. Basically, he was of the opinion that Minecraft was too easy, which it is. Vanilla Minecraft is dull. You get to a certain point, and well, when I say you get to a certain point, if you're just playing vanilla with no sort of hardcore stuff on, no plugins or anything, you're basically completing the game as soon as you've built a house, a garden, and a sword, and it doesn't even have to be a particularly good sword either. This is a little different, and I am kind of wandering around a bit too much here. I do need to start looking at actually getting a base set up, because it gets a little rough at night. And to say it gets a little rough is a bit of an understatement. So before I did the change with all the ores at this place, I found that actually building your base up in the sky to begin with anyway, just while you're getting obsidian or reinforced stone, something like that together, you know, it's the best thing to do is to stick your base actually as a sky block rather than as a bunker. Mainly because the zombies, they will tunnel to you, they will blow your base to smithereens, the creepers will detect you through the walls, and the zombies will mine through everything. They kind of home in on you. They are attracted by light, heat. I forgot to get my chest. That's annoying. So I could just go back to the map. I spawned somewhere over there. It's probably. I can't be bothered to go and look for the bonus chest now. Oh well, no, never mind. We can do without it. It's fine. So yeah, everything's just a little bit more difficult than you might expect. Certainly if you've been playing a lot of vanilla, or even normal sort of packs, modded packs, things like Reborn. Is it Reborn? Rebirth? Let me just see what it's called. Give me a sec. Beyond, yeah, FTB Beyond. You know, it's a kitchen sink pack, but if you've played that, there's no really, you know, ultimately new mods in there, I guess. If you've played things like Infinity, there's nothing particularly new in there apart from Woot, I think, is probably, and Malicis. There's nothing hugely new in there. So if you're going into it for the first time, you know, an upgraded mod pack and that, you know, it's fine. But if you want something that's got a little bit more of a challenge to it, you're basically going to be looking at something like Age of Engineering, which is less about mobs and more about tech. You kind of got a tech tree to kind of evolve through. This is certainly very, very different to that. It's tech. It is still tech. There's no magic in here that I can think of, though I have been tempted to add blood magic and Britannia. So it is still tech, but it's more orientated towards creating defences to keep zombies out, and that's, you will notice, is going to be particularly difficult. Also, I've made a few other modifications, or added a few other modifications. The reason why I'm not attacking the pigs is that if I attack the pigs, they'll attack me back, and at this stage that might actually kill me. Dark is very dark. It's actual proper darkness, so if I move too far away from a light source, I may not actually be able to see anything. Which is why I'm slightly annoyed I didn't pick up the bonus chest, because it's got torches, easy torches around it. I need to start digging down, get some stone, and I think I'm probably just going to set up here, quite frankly. It's a reasonable space to build, I guess. Yeah, it's not going to remain, you know, it's sort of an island, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is sort of an island. Islands are good, because it does, of course, slow the mobs down a little, because they've got to swim. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say that's good about this island. But it'll get better, hopefully. It'll get better through testing. Why am I doing that? Why am I on fire? I should... What? There's a skeleton with a... skeleton with a flaming arrow. Came from somewhere, and I don't know where. But there is a creeper over there as well. So just get a stone sword together. Right, I don't really want to fight this creeper, mainly because when they explode, fire usually happens. Other things that might happen, well, the weather hates you. I've been hit by a hurricane in the old one that blew away part of my house. I have had let's put that like that. I'm thinking a little bit more about defences this time around, because obviously I'll be going up again. That's gravel, that's not going to be particularly useful. I want to go up as far as possible. I think. Yeah, I want to go up as far as I can. Obviously, the light's going to attract zombies, especially at night. So there's that. But, you know, you may be thinking at this point, you know, what have you done? You've just created a stupidly difficult pack for yourself to mess around with. Now, I am considering actually releasing this properly, maybe in about a week, once I've actually done proper testing on it. Because there's not really much out there like this at the moment. But an awful lot of pack design is about sort of the risk-reward type of thing. So the risk, the general risk, is that everything you do can potentially just kill you. If you go without food for too long, you'll starve. If you get attacked by zombies, you can be beaten to death. If you get caught out in what looks like, I'm not completely certain if that's a developing twister or a developing hurricane. It's one of the two. Hurricanes do get quite big. This might be a hurricane, actually. Yeah, that's the clouds, and I'm trying to work out what's going on there. I think we can safely say nothing good. But yeah, risk reward. Well, yeah. Let's move down. I think that's a hurricane. I think this is a hurricane. Okay, right. Let's move downstairs a bit and just sort of cover us over. That'll stop. That'll keep the hurricane out. As long as that is actually a hurricane that's developing. That's a twister developing. Oh well, I'm in my storm cellar now. It's fine. Right. Yeah. So the risk reward. So yeah. So you have a difficult world. You've built up a difficult world for yourself. Water is finite and all that sort of jazz. Dark is actually dark, so you don't want to be caught outside without light, but then again, the zombies can home in on that. But what I've done is I've added loot bags, actually. And what loot bags does is, quite simply, when you kill a zombie, there is a chance that you will get a loot bag. And this loot bag can be anything from, I think it's common, uncommon, rare, epic, artifact is one. I think that's it. And there's a few others as well. And they give you stuff, which I think is quite a nice sort of way of doing it. Because I was, you know, thinking about, you know, if I build up a quest system, because obviously you want to reward people for doing things. You don't just want it to be brutally difficult. You want to give people a chance at getting something nice. And so quest was one of the ways that I would have gone, but actually the loot bags works quite well, interestingly. This is not necessarily somewhere I want to stay. I will probably die if I stay down here, unless I can get down to lava. There's an idea. Right, I need a pickaxe. Excuse me for one moment. I heard heavy rain, but it doesn't seem to be. Anyway, we have actually had a hurricane hit, well, island actually today. You know, a for real, actual hurricane. So it's caused some strange weather, to say the least. You know, it's quite hot here. Obviously in Ireland, it's they've been hit by the full force of what remains of that hurricane. They've had, you know, 90-mile-an-hour winds and all that sort of thing. Over here, however, what we ended up getting was a red sun, because as the hurricane sort of moves, it picks things up as it goes along. And in sort of our situation, we got dust high up in the atmosphere, and it created a red sun. So actually, for quite a lot of the day, it's been a very red day, because of just how sort of tinted the light ended up being. I'm just going to use the charcoal. One thing I did have in this version of the pack long ago was basically if you went into the darkness, it was very much like the Deep Dark, in that if you went into the darkness, you could actually die because the darkness would hurt you. I took that out because actually, yeah, it's just a little bit over the top in the end, and that's the idea of, you know, doing your testing. This is the case of everything out there. Testing with any kind of game or, you know, piece of software or whatever you're making is really, really important, because it throws up the problems that you didn't necessarily think would necessarily be a problem. You know, just things that aren't fun. And you know, this is something that I've said quite a lot on the Space Engineers forums. If a feature isn't fun, then either you rework it so it is fun, or you take it out. Planets, for me, are, you know, a complete unfun thing, and I would far prefer, in the case of Space Engineers, for them to work on something, you know, even just as simple as rotating asteroids. Because if you think about it, it's a very, very simple thing to do. You have your asteroids rotate, so they look better. You know, these slowly rotating mammoth pieces of rock. But then you've also got to consider how you mine through those massive pieces of rock, because if you were going to just use your same old mining method, it would possibly tear the ship in half. So yeah, I thought that would have been quite an interesting little alteration. I'm probably going to die, actually. I don't have a huge amount of food. I don't have any food, because of course I didn't pick up the box, so yes, this could be interesting. I could potentially make caramel, which would only require a saucepan. Ooh, yes, okay, right, we go up here. I do have a couple of sugars. So this is Pam's Harvest Craft. You can make a huge amount of new, interesting food, and then you combine it with something called Hunger Overhaul, which it overhauls the hunger system, so that an apple isn't going to give you very much nutrition, because it is, after all, just an apple. However, apple sauce, because it's been processed a little bit, gives you a little bit more. I need a stick. That gives me a saucepan. That gets me some caramel, and that makes it into a nourishing morsel, so I can regain a whole ham of health. Yeah, I've got problems, big problems. I've got even more problems. Oh, right, now the zombies are coming in. I think it must be night. Yeah, it is actually night out there, and there's a zombie. Hello, Mr. Zombie. So zombies can place blocks. They can also blow up blocks. They can mine through blocks. These zombies are interesting. I'm just going to eat rotten flesh. They're trying to get to me, but they're also trying to stop me from running away, which I think is, you know, it's a rather fun little new addition. Oh god, zombie. So I'm now going to have a night of eating zombie flesh, because unless I eat zombie flesh, I'm not going to heal. Some bread. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. That will get me a cooking pan. Or is it baking tray? I think that allows me to make toast, basically. Now I can process the rotten flesh if I've got salt, which I don't at the moment. But yeah, so we got a reward bag drop, and we got some useful things out of it. This is from Correlated Potentialistics. Basically, that one's like Applied Energistics type of mod. If I jump, Yeah, I do need to start jumping. Because jumping will get you the crits. Alright, this is basically going to be a night of me just trying to survive. Trying to heal. Thankfully at the moment they are just sort of coming down one by one down this hole that they've sort of made for themselves. They're probably homing in on the torch. So that's bakeware, and then combining that I get some toast. So I'm now no longer going to die from starvation. Hopefully. So yeah, it's just you know, I find it to be actually quite an entertaining experience, because it's like 7 Days to Die, but it's in the Minecraft mod. And then, you know, you've got things like, so there's railcraft in there, there's industrial craft in there, Ender.io. What I tried to do was I tried to make the mobs, you know, difficult. I tried to make the weather awesome. And of course adding in the hunger overhaul and spice of life as well to try and force the player to make different types of foods. You know, that's all the hard stuff. You know, that's all the stuff to increase the difficulty, and then you have to have the reward side of things. So you've got the reward bags for killing mobs, and then you might get something good out of it, or you might get something terrible, or you might get something that will be good at some point, but not just now. You know, it's at the moment it's sort of taking up inventory space rather than being particularly useful. And then you've got the things that are going to help you. They're going to help you survive. So things like, pretty much every mod, I think, has some kind of a defensive value to it. So things like immersive engineering does of course have the turrets, open modular turrets and open modular defences. It's a defence mod, so you can build turrets, you can build fences and the like to try and stop mobs from getting in. I think it's actually daytime now, so we can actually start work on some of those things. As you can see, quite a bit of damage has been done during the night, but they will of course drop their reward bags still as they die. Right, where is that one? There's a TNT zombie over there. As the name suggests, he drops TNT, but of course the best way to deal with them is actually in the water, because the TNT will sort of drop down and not be too much of an issue when it sort of does finally explode. Yeah, that was the twister, I think, that came through there. Twisters will leave, tornadoes will leave damage trails until they finally dissipate. No, it's a cool little mod. I quite like that sort of thing. Right, I need a base. I need to actually start working on a base. So, what I'm thinking is a 9x9. Let me just have a quick look at the fences. Is it fence? Yeah, it is fence. Fence tier 1. Yeah, so I'll need iron. I'll need a little bit more iron than I actually have. But those fences will actually damage mobs. So, oh, that's a good point. What happened to my punjies? Blown up. Blown to smithereens. So, I thought I could do... Oh, wait, no, because it's chisel. I need a chest. Right, okay. Let's go and get a chest sorted out. Obviously, once you start getting things like obsidian of course is still blast proof. Just need somewhere to dump the stuff that I don't really care about too much at the moment. Which is pretty much everything. I mean, I'm going to keep that on me. I should note that when you die, all of your items will sort of spew out. There's no sort of gravestone mod or anything in there. The problem is that when you're dealing with starting to look at dealing with things like multiplayer, some of the gravestone mods don't actually work particularly well with certain plugins like grief prevention. Unfortunately, there can be an awful lot of issues there. So yeah, I just haven't really added it in as a result. But yeah, it's an interesting little mod pack. I might show you the sheepy, the piggy things. Right, that pig there is reasonably on its own. So if I just hit him once, oh, he just dies. Gives me pig product. But yeah, if you attack a pig or any sort of animal when they're near their friends, they'll turn and attack you and potentially kill you. I have been killed by a sheep before. I say a sheep, it was quite a large pack of sheep. Yes. Something new anyway. Mauled to death by sheep. There's sort of, should note, there's no sort of early game tree farms either. I think the only tree farm in this, oh no, farming station and farm. So there are options. There's bees as well. I've added bees. I can't remember if I added gendustry. I haven't quite got down to checking bees yet. No, I've got advanced generators, which I added. I actually added the advanced generator mod simply because it's got syngas, which is explosive. The idea being that pretty much every mod in here does have a defensive value, even if it's boiling down to things like railcraft. So if you put down electric rail, it will actually electrocute anything that walks on the rail. And if anything gets hit by a speeding locomotive, it is of course killed by locomotives. So actually, there's some, if you can get quite creative with the systems, you can create some quite interesting defences theoretically. Get that tin. This is Project XY. Project XY doesn't have any kind of defensive value whatsoever. I should note that. I added Project XY because I wanted Zycraft. Simple as. I think Zycraft is a fantastic mod, and I wish Soren would get on with getting it up to date. Simply because the blocks look awesome. And I will show you this now. Because the blocks look awesome. And I'll also make myself another torch. Put down there. Can of course make stone torches. Tinker's Construct is on here. At one point I was actually considering adding GregTech to it. I didn't in the end because it turns out GregTech and Tinker's Construct still don't work well together. It's just generally known that you don't put those two together in a mod these days because they won't work with one another, which is a shame. But Greg is, I would say he's pretty much, almost as bad as that Better Than Wolves guy, who caused a whole lot of trouble quite a long time ago actually. He yeah, there was some issues there, put it that way. Right, let's just put those in. I'm going to die of hunger, I strongly suspect. But I am working on the most important things first. Oh, I've got a potato. Hold on. Eat that. Now I am out of... I'll wait till this... Right. Let's get this. Right, so this is the blue brick, which I will be using for my floor, I think, of my bunker. My initial bunker, anyway. It's going to be blown to smithereens a lot, I think, until I start getting obsidian. You know, replace the... Obsidian is a very good building material in this. There you go, pig. More pigs. They're attacking me now. Right, can I get a crafting table? No. Now I think, well, yeah, I can do more interesting things with this pork chop. It's just that at the moment I don't really have the capability. There we go. I've stopped myself from dying at least. Let me just go to pork chop, so you can do all this stuff, and as you can see it says, you know, wholesome large meal, large meal. Ow, 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 what's hitting me? Pig. Getting attacked by pigs at this point. Oh, I've got an entire army of pigs up there. Oh Lord. Nope, they're dropping reward bags for me. I'm being attacked by pigs. I'm going to die from pigs. Nope. Oh God, I've got what was it? Is that a zombie? No, it's more pigs. Yes, this is what this is what happens basically. Oh God, right, yeah. Oh, stack sizes are changed as well. I can't remember what mod does that. Oh God, stop. Stop! Oh, I've been killed by a pig. Ah! I can quickly grab all of this. Grab that. Grab that. And what I would say with this is there is absolutely no shame at all with just teleporting around as much as possible. Let's just put that down there. I'm going to be spending another night in here. That's alright, because I can also put down a chest to hopefully keep some of my random stuff. I mean, I could build a bunker actually, theoretically. No, build it in here. I don't know if that should be. Might need to go down. If I go down to the bottom, I mean, if I went down to bedrock. No, only getting that. Put a couple of turrets down. Should be alright, I think. Let's just see what's in these rare loot bags. Ooh, bronze sword. And some reasonably useful things. We can do some more useful things with a little bit later. Right, well, if I was to put my... I mean, we're down at Y16. Yeah, it should be alright. Build a bunker down at Y16. But plenty of gold and ores, hopefully. Yeah, let's do that. So as you can see, this is basically why I added the Project XY, because the blocks look awesome. They glow, and yeah, They're all blue. I like blue. And then I just have to pick out a wall for it. Possibly polished granite. Polished granite looks quite nice. It's not going to last long. Not until I can actually get some proper obsidian down. Yeah. Okay. I do have the ability to make a new crafting table and a new one of them. Ferni. And I left the coal up there. Right. Bad peg. Come on, let me in. Okay. So that I can start work properly down here. And hopefully shouldn't have too much problem with thingies. With bad thingies. Right. So torches. Right, vanishing blocks. Is it vanishing? Vanishing frame, here we go. Oh, that needs something that I don't have, which is the ender pearl, so I wouldn't be able to do a vanishing frame on there. However, I could just do a very nice door. Let's do a very nice door instead. And while that's doing that, start opening out my section, really, I guess. Get more of my blue floor down. So back when Zycraft was a thing, back in the day, I did have on a server, my entire base had these blue floors. No lighting, just the blue floors, because they used to anyway give off a little bit of light, and they prevented mobs from spawning on them. Was it F7? F9? No, F9 is the, yeah, F7? Maybe we don't have those overlays. That's irritating. I know there used to be an overlay that would be able to tell you where mobs actually spawned. Or where they were able to spawn, I should say. So we've got a little sort of bunkery building, hut thing. But then Zycraft also did have shields which were blast proof. In fact, they were nuke proof. They were quite cheap, but could be quite garish, which was sort of the other side. Why do my torches keep doing that? Right, reinforced door goes in there. Excellent. So now I've got a little bunker to sort of try and keep the mobs out. However, I'm not expecting them to come through the door. I'm expecting them to come through the ceiling. So really, as soon as I possibly can, I do need to get diamonds. I do need to get a diamond pick, and get the get obsidian. You know, even if it's just mostly obsidian, I would feel happier about it. So that's 12. The diamonds are usually on about 12, I think. And just do a load of mining now. The joys of mining. Though it does make the pack does make mining a little bit more interesting on the basis that you do always have that slight chance that a zombie is just going to mine down onto your head. So, yay. I do need redstone as well. God, I need to get rid of some like junk. Now, spice of life, I should say. Machine returns start after eating any foods. It's currently set to 30 times in a row. So diminishing returns start when you eat any 30 types of food, and this includes rotten flesh. So yeah, there's that. Basically, there is that as well. I need torches. I need light. Yep. And I need diamonds now, or iron. Could do with some more iron. Or lava, actually. Lava would be good, so that we can start looking at getting obsidian. Even if I just cast it in, you know, it's better than nothing. Because obsidian will actually stop explosions in their tracks. I think I might actually end this episode here. It could be a shorter stream for tonight, but yeah, this has just basically been what I've been working on. Quite a nice little change of pace to a lot of the mod packs that are out there. Basically, what I really want is a kitchen sink pack that's a little bit more dangerous. And there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of those out there, so I had to do it myself. So yeah, I think I'll end the episode here. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching. We'll be back to normal, I think, on Thursday. I just don't have a huge amount of energy today, so I'm not really feeling in the Half-Life mood. But yeah, should be back to normal. Finish off Half-Life, start on Portal, and then after that, I don't know. I was kind of considering doing Unreal, but I don't know yet. Or No One Lives Forever. I am also considering starting up Hearts of Iron again, because people seem to like that. So anyway, I'm going to end this episode here now. So with that, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.